So I'm taking a look at the firming points today. I got this one already taken off. Kyle just got here with the camera. So basically on our old planter, I know we had to change them. I think my dad said we did it every like 4 years, I believe, for the firming points on the old one. But took a look at these. I don't know if you want to do a comparison over there quick. Just take this one.
So obviously here's the new one, here's the old one, and you don't know until you get them off, but essentially,
yeah, I'm gonna put the new one on now, but really they're not that worn.
Yeah. So then I had him show me exactly what we were talking about because I don't know anything about planters, so.
Yep. So that just sits in there like that. There's a little set screw that goes behind loosely, just so it still has movement, but can't go anywhere. So what that does is when you're rolling it across ground, these are here just to get like root balls and that sort of stuff pushed out to the side. Then your opening discs will try and create a little bit of a channel, and then your firming point is here, I believe, in case dirt falls back into your channel. Then it'll kind of push it down and just kind of give it a clear path for then the speed tube. And speed tube goes in here, sits right into this little boot, just like that. So this kind of makes sure that there's nothing in the way for that speed tube, so I can drop a seed right behind it. And then closing wheels are there just to kind of push dirt on top. Then you got your packer wheel. Yep.
So yeah,
it's a very quick, very dumbed down explanation on how everything works.
Yeah, that's just the basic stuff. Is once it gets into the row unit, the seed starts obviously way up here.
Yep.
In a bulk fill, and then goes through the air lines and gets into the row unit that sits on top, and then has to get into the ground. So
probably once we switch over to beans, we'll probably take another look at them just to be sure. But I did not know, well, I should have, but I forgot that with the seed tubes in, you can't get at it. So if we did have to do this, it would be a long day of pulling everything that we just put on it back off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to probably just call these ones good, I think, for now, and then take another look at it when we switch over to beans.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal at all, because when we switch over to beans, we take this all apart, and we don't use the speed tube with the beans. We just have a normal tube that drops them, so we have to take that all out anyway, but still gives us some stuff to do. We still have 2 air lines to fix on this.
Yep.
I need to put on these serrated closing discs that I started last week. Nick got the Loctite today. Yep. So I'll get those put on. We need to go over and get the seed tender, fix a couple things. We got some stuff to do.
Seed tender we won't really need until beans, but we should get it out and just in case, so we know we can use it if we need to.
Right. So yeah. Plan is to plant tomorrow, so we got to get ready.
Hopefully.
All right, time to start tillage today. The guy that does all the tillage out here is coming out, and we discovered that the drive tire is currently flat and the bead is broken, so
not for too much.
Looks quite wobbly. Yeah. Maybe stack it the other way.
can't go any further that way.
Yeah.
Because to get this tire up in the air on that or the swivel axe has to go that way.
Yeah. Do you think if you turned it though, like kind of at an angle, it would use both of them? No, it looks worse. All right, so we got the main frame jacked up a little bit. Now he's got to take another bottle jack and this axle here that holds these pivots.
So I gotta lift up on this part of it, so then it'll put more weight on this tire and get the flat one up off the ground further.
Yeah, right now the inside wheel is actually off the ground really good, and the flat one remains smashed to the ground, so he's gonna tip those and should be able to get this one off then.
Keep going.
More?
Yep.
Okay. It's starting to come up.
Keep going on yours too.
One time when I was a kid at the shop, I was messing around with Dad's impact and I had no idea, and I just let it rip full bore with just a socket on there.
With the chrome?
With a chrome one, and it just went flying off, missed my head, and smacked the door. And thankfully it didn't hit a window. I'd still be in trouble.
Heavier than you know what.
Yeah, the tire probably only weighs, what, 10, 15 pounds?
Yeah.
That's why they do the basic 15 bolt lug. I'm gonna roll it forward a little bit.
This is where the problem comes into play in this.
Can you roll it here?
No.
I mean, I can grab a hammer and knock 2 shovels off quick. That helps. That'll take
Yeah, it does, but
2 seconds.
it's just a finicky.
Yeah, because we're stuck on the back yet.
I'm a believer in anything's a hammer.
See?
I made it a lot easier.
Not as dumb as I look.
Sure.
Well, no, we're not sure. Right now I'm not, at least. Throw it in the back of the Buick or what?
Nope. Well, you want to go work on planner? I'll take that to town.
Yeah, I'll go put those serrated closing discs back on. Got out to the shop, and Hercules has decided that he cannot lift the tire into the truck alone. So, heading back into the yard. Gotta get my exercise for today, you know.
It looks like the bead's okay. And there's not a lot of gaps, so it might be able to blow it right up. Let's try it.
Let's try it once, see if I can feel it.
Well, I think it's leaking out right.
It's going to take a decent amount of air to seal anything with it. You know what I mean? To do anything with this tire, so.
Yeah, they'll probably have to use their bead setter.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to seal.
Well, it was worth a try anyway.
Yep.
Let's go. I got it now. I got it.
Yeah, there was no way you were lifting that by yourself.
I did in high school. Not anymore.
Alright, Nick ran to town and he's grabbing a tire for the digger, and I'm going to come back and fix or put on all these closing discs. And so on this outside row, we just took this one off. This doesn't get the serrated, but the other one was bent. So I'm going to put on the like another, it was used off the middle rows, but it's not bent. So I'm going to put this on. Got our Loctite, and one thing that I'm a bit concerned about is that I've got this 24 millimeter, and you got to use a thin wall socket to get inside of the hole here, and I definitely don't want to like wrench on these to the point where I break the socket, because I don't know that we have another thin wall out here. So I'm gonna get them pretty tight, and then I might come back manually and like torque them down. So hopefully this goes well. Town is 6 minutes away. I don't know how long it's gonna take to fix the tire, but I'd love to have them all done by the time he gets back. I don't know how much of this stuff you're supposed to put on. Maybe this will never come back off. Now for the dust cap. So don't want to use this old beat up one. Try to find the one that I took, one of the ones I took off. This looks a lot better. So just set that on there. Then I'm gonna go get I think a rubber mallet maybe, and just tap those back on. Here we go. This seems like an appropriate sized little mallet to hit those on with. Perfect. Looks pretty good. No wobble to the actual closing disc itself, so should work. Alright, I'm just going to keep going and putting these serrated ones on. Alright, after the first couple, kind of revised my strategy a little bit. I got nervous about how much Loctite I put on the first one, and I'm like, what if that gets into the bearing and gunks that up and then they don't spin right? So, now what I've been doing is I've been putting the bolt through the new serrated closing disc, then put the two spacers on the back, then after you get that, then just apply some Loctite here, because really there's no point in having Loctite in the top end of the threads because they don't go into anything. So anyway, kind of revised how I was doing it right away because it made me nervous after I did that. I'm like, what if that causes an issue? So we'll see. I'm on the last one. It's only been about 10 minutes, so clearly I'm going to get done before he gets back. I did leave the dust caps off the rest of these so I can go back, check them with manually by hand, and then I'm sure Nick's going to be like, oh, I better make sure, because ultimately everything here is his responsibility to make sure it works. So I don't blame him. He's going to want to know that it works. So he can test, make sure I got them on before I put the dust caps on. So yeah, moving right along, and I don't care if we're here till 2 in the morning. The planter needs to hit the dirt tomorrow, and we need to be rolling. We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to plant, and then it looks like 100% chance of rain Friday. So my opinion on it is go full out, hammer down, work long hours, and put as much corn in the ground as we can before Friday. I don't know, it's early, it's only the 22nd of April. I know last year we didn't plant a single seed until May, but weather was a little different. We were in a different situation. We were, first year. So I don't know if Nick's going to think maybe it's early enough where he would rather put in a few hundred acres of corn this week and be like, we'll get the rest. But the long-term forecast looks really wet, and it makes me super nervous about being out of the field for potentially 7-10 days or something like that. Then we're right back to you're behind the 8 ball and you're rushing. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I haven't really chatted with him about that, but at the very least, this thing is going to be ready and loaded, and tomorrow, barring any major issues, we should be planting. So exciting times here, at least for us. Alright, we're seeing how many bottle jacks we can use for this one project. Well, got here, of course, we knew the tire full of air wasn't going to fit on where the flat tire came, so anyway, just inching her up.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Oh yeah, we're on there by about 1/8 of an inch.
I thought it was a lot narrower.
Are you gonna get on the other jack? Barely, hold on. Alright, yeah, slide.
Well, yeah, when I took pressure off of that one, it slid.
Yep. This would be a heck of a lot more dangerous if we didn't have the other drive tire
Well,
supporting it.
I won't support anything. It's just going to swivel the axle.
Right, yeah. Yeah, true. Then you got the axle catching the dirt.
I'll go grab one more.
Another railroad tie?
Yeah, then I can reset this jack.
Alright. Alright, hour 25. More cribbing. We're getting somewhere, and Riker just showed up. Time to go pick some rocks. Got the bucket dragging on the ground. I think he'll figure that out. How's it looking?
Got to take the tire out of there, put those blocks under it so I can reset that jack.
Okay. Well, that wasn't a whole lot of fun, but we ended up getting the tire on, and now he's going to unfold it. Gary just showed up here. He's going to head out and do some tillage, but I know Nick says we have another tire that's low, and then I know we have a hydraulic cylinder leaking too, so get those patched up and we'll be out of here.